You got guys shooting threes. It's cute. It's not something I would do.
Hey guys, this is Dominique Wilkins.
Hey, this is Sean Kemp.
This is Gary Payton.
Hey, this is Pau Gasol.
NBA fans, what's up? This is Vince Carter here.
Hey, what's up? This is Matt Barnes. If you're an old school NBA fan like I am, make sure you check out the Basketball Time Machine with my man Sean David.
Hello, good day to you all. How's it going? Welcome back to the Basketball Time Machine. My name is Sean David. Thanks for tuning in. Let's talk some old school NBA basketball. Now, if you watch NBA shows and podcasts and all that kind of stuff on YouTube, then you see every once in a while you have players of today's NBA who claim and say that they feel that they were able to beat the Lakers with Shaquille O'Neal and that they would be able to contain him and all those kind of things, which is kind of driving me crazy because that to me is just basically the confirmation that they have never seen Shaq play. Anyway, so in today's episode, I not only want to take a look at some of those clips where people say that they think that they could contain Shaq, but also give you my take on it and show you guys why it's impossible. But before we start with that, let me ask you guys for a small favor. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, and I would say let's get right down into it.
You're not getting the ball, Shaq. I do think there were defensive schemes that we could have thrown at you to affect you. One is not letting you get the ball. So we're going to guard you with a guy in front of you, the guy behind you. They did that. Yeah, I wasn't on the court, though. Portland did that. Defensive schemes Portland did that. Like that. Portland did that. Sacramento did that. I watched. I wasn't on the floor. I'm making defensive game plans. All right. So what you gonna do? Stand behind me? No, I'm standing in front.
Rudy, friends at Bleacher Report. Rudy fires back at Shaq. I would lock his ass up. Says Rudy.
Rudy, I'm with you, Rudy. I'm with you too, Rudy.
Now, before I give you my personal opinion and opinions of other players, I want to quickly remind you and basically show you a 1 minute, so 60-second clip of Shaq playing against the Philadelphia 76ers, one of the greatest defensive teams. Okay, maybe not greatest, but a very great defensive team with their anchor, Dikembe Mutombo. And I just want to show you what Shaq did to them. So let's take a look.
The handle. And here's Shaq. It's good to be the Lakers. You don't want to give Iverson layups. Fox for Shaq. Lakers have now turned it over 5 times. Shaq again getting down deep by the play of the Sixers. Shaq again getting down. Bryant once again played very well by Bell and forced O'Neal was out searching. Here's Kobe Bryant. Take an open jump shot. Rondo is checked in, coming out. O'Neal picked up the line. They're 16 for 16. O'Neal from Bryant trying to shake off Snow. Here's Bryant. When he does it, he's already got them. Shot with single players.
So, did you see what Shaquille O'Neal did to Dikembe Mutombo and that entire team? Now, we all know that Dikembe Mutombo was one of the greatest defenders of all time. I mean, not only the finger whack, that guy was a generally solid, great defender. Strong, built like an ox, super smart defensively, and Shaq toyed with him. It was not even a question that Shaq would destroy this guy. So you're telling me that back in the days when you had teams that had like 2 or 3 guys that were basically mountains, and that while Shaq was pushing them and playing with them like they were kids, that today's players would even stand a chance? Every single body who has played professional basketball or at least watched closely NBA basketball for a long time and knows what he's talking about should know that the strength of a Shaquille O'Neal, no matter how smart of a defender you are, no matter how experienced you are, there is no stopping him. The only thing that you could have done back in the days was foul him. That was his only weakness offensively. So when you foul Shaquille O'Neal, and this is also another thing that we have to talk about, we have to remember that back in the days, teams were built with 3 big guys so that they could actually foul Shaquille O'Neal so that their starting center would not get fouled out right away. Which would mean that in today's NBA, teams would have to rebuild their roster and change players, take 2 wing players away and fill it up with 2 big guys, or your starting center will be fouled out like in the 3rd quarter. So I don't know what it is. I really, really don't know what it is. To me, I honestly have the feeling that some of today's players who claim certain things really are no students of the games in terms of studying the history. I said it countless times on the show before, I do recognize that today's players have certain aspects where they are better than our generation of players. Like, I still say that today's players are better shooters. Why? Because they practice a lot more. There's more emphasis on shooting. Also, one thing that is kind of hard to figure out then is because they have a lot more space, no hand checking, it's easier to shoot. So it's difficult to say, but I still want to give them certain criteria that they are better at. But, and here's the big but. Can you imagine that back in the days, players were also better in certain things? So why do today's players pretend that everything has advanced? And why do people think that everything that is new is automatically better? I will never understand that. New does not always mean better. Yes, players from today jump higher, are maybe more athletic, even though we had guys like Clyde Drexler, Dominique Wilkins, Michael Jordan, even Vince Carter, transitional player who played in today's era and still was productive, even though he was not as quick anymore. Different story. Now, why can't they just accept that a player like Shaquille O'Neal would destroy them if you are not built in a way that you have nothing that you can throw against him? I really don't get it. And to me, it's not only disrespect, it is also not giving credit where credit is due. Now, let's hear some clips what the people have to say.
Well, don't guard him, man. Like Father Time guarded Shaq.
Yeah.
Trust me, like, there wasn't no stopping that man, dog. Like, just, no. The only player ever to not shoot anything outside of the paint. And dominate. Just think about it.
They put a zone in.
They put rules in, not zone.
They put the zone in.
Like, what's it called? Dislodging rules, like all because of him, man. Like the back down rule, like it was Charles Barkley started, but it was for him. Because if he gets you to a certain point, it's physically a wrap.
Pick and roll. But like him, Shaq, you couldn't go Draymond on Shaq. Shaq used to force you to have 2 to 3 bigs on your roster. So immediately you lost depth on the perimeter because you had to have 2 or 3 bigs because you were going to have to foul him 18 times.
Yeah.
Like,
he's just fouling people out.
I caught 05 Shaq. I didn't catch. I caught 01 Shaq, bro. I caught 05 Shaq, and like you look at video and you're like, damn, he's so big. As a human being, he's not supposed to move like that. I was playing in New York, right? We're up. I know he probably went out the night before, so I'm like, I'm not gonna say shit, right? I'm gonna just let this game go by. 3rd quarter comes and he's doing okay. They're down 6. He looks at me. He's like, okay, good game, Lil Fry. We got to win this now. And just
Lil Fry.
And it basically fucks me up for the whole quarter.
So, in my opinion, if you would have the Los Angeles Lakers playing against the Golden State Warriors, now I will never say that it's a sweep, and I also won't say that it's a 4-1 game series, but I do think in 6 games or 7 games, the Lakers would win. And I get the analytic standpoint from Draymond Green that, yeah, we have threes, you have twos. But in my opinion, I feel that Shaq could score 3 out of 4 times. And because they had a coach, Phil Jackson, who was a smart coach, they would use that option over and over again. And even if they would double team, I'm sorry, but 2 players of today's NBA, not a chance to guard him. And even if they had Robert Horry, they had Derek Fisher, they had Kobe Bryant, they could make their threes. Yeah, especially when they're open threes. So in my opinion, Lakers all day, and Shaq would kill today's players. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think. See you next time on the Basketball Time Machine.